Hi guys, and welcome back to the Mighty Blues. In this video we are going to be discussing Ademola Lookman. I bet you're all made up that this isn't another game review. I didn't just want to put another game review out before the Rotherham game because that would have been 4 in a row. And I know the first 2 I sort of had to put out because I started the channel a little bit late. But I didn't just want to put 4 in a row out, I did want to break it up with sort of a video in between. Now I know I mentioned obviously I'll be doing videos on Marcel Brands and the effect he's had on Everton, Marco Silva obviously, and just the attacking mentality and the attacking playing style and how much that's changed Everton. But I did want to do a video today on a certain Ademola Lookman because he's been in the news a lot recently, and he is the topic of a lot of conversation when you talk about Everton Football Club, especially in the media as well. So I'm just going to give my opinions on the Lookman situation, what I think Everton should do, how I think what Everton should do now has changed to what they should have done a couple of weeks ago through certain circumstances that I'll discuss, and just overall basically what I think of the player and what he's got to offer Everton in the future. So just to keep you, just a recap, if you haven't seen in the media, basically it's been bandied about throughout the last week that RB Leipzig have put in a £22 million bid for Ademola Lookman. Obviously Ademola Lookman hasn't been in the Everton squad he wasn't in the Everton squad against Bournemouth, and he didn't make the starting 11 against Southampton either, and didn't feature either. So there's been a lot of controversy and a lot of news around Lookman. Now, I believe he's a good player. I do believe Ademola Lookman is a good player, and I believe he can offer Everton something. However, if his attitude is wrong and his head isn't in the game and he's not willing to fight for his position, because at the minute we've got Richarlison on the left. I know he got sent off, but he's the main player on the left and he's been doing brilliantly, and we've got Walcott on the right who done brilliantly when he come in last season and has carried that form on to the start of this season. So there's not an easy route for Lookman to get in this team. He's not going to walk in this team even after Richarlison's now injured. Obviously I'm recording this video before the Rotherham game and before the next Premier League game. Even with Richarlison being out through that red card, it's still not an easy task to get in that Everton team. You've got Calvert-Lewin who's featured more than Lookman this season, Niasse as well who could possibly play on that left hand side. So in terms of Lookman, he has to work hard. He just has to get his head down and work hard. If he wants a future at any big club or Everton, he's got to show that he's committed and that he's willing to work his bollocks off to get in the first 11. And you never know, he might have a great week at training this week, and play. He might play against Rotherham, have a great week at training, have a good game against Rotherham, play in the Premier League in the next game, and then absolutely storm it and score a goal or two and be brilliant. And we might think, there's another option. Lookman can play at games, Richarlison can play at games, Lookman can play up front as well to give Schenk a break, but he has to work hard. And this is my problem with Ademola Lookman. I don't think he wants to work hard. I think he wants the easy way out. I think he wants to be able to walk into a team, play every week, not really be judged by the way he's playing, and just get in the team every week. Now I've read a few bits and bobs about Lookman, a few bits that when he left the ground, when he left Goodison Park in the Southampton game, at the end of the game he didn't stop to say hello to any fans, he didn't take pictures, he was on his phone, and you can that's by the by, you can take that how you want. You can take that his attitude's poor towards the fans. Obviously it's a massive difference in his attitude and the way that Richarlison is, going up to the fans, speaking to the fans, taking pictures, giving his shirt away. You could put that down to frustration. You could probably put that down to just he had an important phone call and he didn't have time to stop. You've got to appreciate that sometimes the players don't have time to stop and take pictures. They might have someone on the other end that's asking them all sorts of questions or whatever. So that is by the by. I'm not taking too much out of that, but I do think that he does have an attitude issue, and there's obviously a very clear reason why Marco Silva's kept him out of the squad on Saturday against Bournemouth, and why he wasn't involved in the team against Southampton or the squad against Wolves. I think Marco Silva quoted, he was asked about Lookman and Dahl, and he didn't even, I don't think he even answered the Lookman question. He just said Keane Dahl's in the squad because he's been playing well. Now he mightn't be in the squad because he might have an injury. Again, he's training properly, he's training every single day, as far as I've seen. You see him on the social medias of Everton training, he's posting his own pictures up training. But for me, I don't think the lad's shown enough to warrant a £22 million transfer fee, and I think that is good money. It's profit for him. I think it's £12 million profit to be getting for £8 million. I'm not too sure, but it's profit either way, and I don't think he's shown enough in an Everton shirt. Yeah, he went out on loan to Germany last season and he scored 5 goals in 6 games or whatever it was, but I don't think he's shown enough in the blue shirt to warrant us really making that much of an effort to keep a hold of him and giving him promises that we know we're not going to be able to fulfill. And £22 million is a lot of money, and if that fee is that's said to be put in by Leipzig, if that is correct, I would sell Lookman in the the scheme of things. However, I think that has probably just changed in the due to the fact that we've just loaned Bolasie out to Aston Villa. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Yannick Bolasie, and I don't think he'd done anywhere near what we expected him to do in an Everton shirt. Granted, he spent a lot of his time injured and you can't help that, but I think even when he played, his attitude was poor, his ability was poor, and he just done the wrong things at the wrong time basically, and he never gave us enough. But because we've loaned him out, I don't know whether we now would be in a situation if we sold Lookman that we're sort of short-staffing ourselves, and that we're selling players and moving players on without thinking about who's going to come in. And yet, we could sell Lookman for 22 million, and as I say, there's other players. There's Niasse, Sigurdsson was played over there last season, Calvert-Lewin obviously, but I don't think they're naturally as good in that position as Lookman is. Now, Lookman hasn't shown that he's brilliant for Everton, but he's fast, he's pacey, he's skillful, and he can get past the player, and that is more than any of the other players that would potentially play on that left wing have got at the minute. So basically, to sum it up, in my opinion, I would have sold Ademola Lookman for £22 million before we loaned Yannick Bolasie out. Now, that's not saying that Bolasie was due to get more game time for Everton. He probably wasn't. But I think now that we've given Bolasie to Aston Villa for the season, I think it may be worth us just keeping hold of Lookman and putting him in, playing him for some games and saying to him, here's your chance now. Show us what you've got, and go out, score a goal, get an assist, impact the team, bring an attacking prowess that people are scared of. Don't just stand around with your head in your hands and an attitude and think, well, I don't get in this team every week, so I'm not going to do anything when I come on as a sub, because that's not going to get you anywhere. Because I'll tell you that when Richarlison comes back in, you're coming out. So for these games that Richarlison is out, if you do get your opportunity, make the most of it, because if you make an impact, then it gives Marco Silva a decision, and it gives Marco Silva another player that can be dangerous in the opposition's box, and that can come on and make an impact, or even start and make an impact. So that's my opinion on Ademola Lookman. Let me know yours in the comment section below, guys. Let me know if you'd sell him for 22 million now. Let me know if you would have sold him, but your decision's now being changed, obviously, because of Bolasie going and the other players leaving the club. If you have enjoyed the video, please do drop a like. Obviously, subscribe if you like the content and if you love the Mighty Blues like me. And I'll see you guys in the next video.